What's up, everyone? My name is Kevin Allen, aka the Geek from DFS Army, and this is your Draftkings NFL Week 5 first look lineup. All right, welcome back for Week 5, and this is your first look Draftkings lineup. I'm taking a look at the DFS Army Domination Station Optimizer, where we take a look at the game tiles to see if there are any games that we are excited to target this week. That's how I always start. What games are interesting? And as always, green, good, red, bad. So got a couple games here that are of interest. Of course, Giants, Cowboys, with the Cowboys at home -7. Just a good all-around potential game for some action. Cardinals, every game the Cardinals have been involved with have been fantastic. So I'm definitely excited about this Cardinals San Francisco game. The premiere of Trey Lance as a starter, we hope. Fingers crossed. Give me some Trey Lance. Trey Lance, going to be a go-to quarterback for me, I think, this week. I just love Trey Lance. Here's a game that I'm a little surprised is so low on the total. Eagles, Panthers. I mean, both these teams have been pretty exciting offenses. Both decent defenses, but been playing to the over game. So this feels like a bet the over situation for me at first glance. I'm going to skip this Chargers Browns game. Don't like that. Under the radar, Vikings Lions game. A lot of the Vikings games have been high scoring. So I definitely want to, I have some interest in this one on both sides. Very stackable. Maybe we'll build a stack around that game in the passing offense. But I think it's Dalvin Cook day for the Vikings probably. So it's tough to really want to get too much going there. And the Lions just have a bunch of cheap pieces that are all interesting. We might use them as some salary savers. Here, the Bucks. I don't play teams against the Bucks generally, but the Bucks have some injuries in the secondary, or maybe like a Jalen Waddle is interesting with Will Fuller on the shelf. Could be interesting. Bengals, Packers, very close. 50-point total, 3-point spread. Those are numbers we like. New England expected to destroy the Texans. I expect that to happen. We've got the embattled Jaguars taking on the Titans. Titans have been a really bad defense. I can actually see the Jaguars having another decent game. I'm not sure how much the distractions with hate the face Urban Myers will be, but, we'll pay attention to that. Definitely don't like this game. Ben Roethlisberger all messed up. Might not play. Drew Lock, this is a gross one. Stay away from everything to do with that. Another rough game. Saints defense is really good. They don't throw enough on offense to really do a whole lot. I kind of have some interest in maybe like a Marquez Callaway on the Saints, a little bit of interest in Alvin Kamara, although he's much less interesting than the Derrick Henrys of the world. Ooh, they all changed on me. He's much less interesting than the Derrick Henrys of the world. So, I'm going to stick with some of these games with the higher totals. So let's get into our first look lineup. All right. Now, first thing, I'm scrolling right down. I'm scrolling right down to my boy Trey Lance, 5,700, runs with the football. There we go. One half of play. 20 fantasy points last week. So he's going to be my plug and play quarterback in this first look lineup approach. And, we'll see where we get to at the end of the week. I of course, like to build lineups around game environments primarily. So as we get into the week, I kind of like to start with like an obvious cash style lineup. And then we'll move on to building lineups where you have more of a story that you can tell. Right? Where you can build a lineup around a game stack, a team stack, those type of things. But just getting started, I just want to find some of the best values we can find on this slate. So right off the bat, of course, Trey Lance, 5,700. We like that. At running back, a lot of people are talking about Damien Williams, who's going to make for a very good play here. Assuming he's healthy, which I think he is, it's a good matchup for the Bears against the Raiders. So it's a really good matchup there. And what we're going to do is just play Damien Williams most likely this week at 5,600. The price is too good, and they definitely want to run the football. There are other options, though, that I want to take a look at. Obviously, Montgomery would have been a great play if he was healthy here. Couple of interesting pay down options, right? I love Leonard Fournette this week. I'm going to be all over this play. 5,200. Uncle Lenny. Look at the usage last week. This is the guy that they're now targeting. They're using him as their primary running back. So give me some Leonard Fournette, 5 targets, 20 attempts, 91 yards last week. He's not generally going to smash, but he's really a great, great value play. As far as the rest of the running back position goes, we can move up the list here. Derrick Henry is in the spot of a lifetime. This is a lifetime best against the Jaguars. He smashes the Jaguars for his career. Like, this guy literally has destroyed the Jaguars throughout his career. So I'm going to try to get a pay up all the way to Derrick Henry in most of my lineups. I'm going to throw him in there in the flex right now. But I just want to continue to go through the running back spot. Dalvin Cook, great situation against the Lions. Aaron Jones, Austin Eckler, Saquon Barkley, 7,300, maybe a little bit higher than I want to pay for Saquon this week. Zeke Elliott in a great spot at 7K. So there's a lot of really good, unlike the last few weeks. It's funny. I haven't liked the running back position for the past few weeks. It's been really tough to choose running backs that I've been, even Chuba Hubbard, go right back to it. If Christian McCaffrey doesn't come back, which I don't think he will, right back to James Robinson here, 20 fantasy points. Still not doing a ton in the passing game, but he did plenty in that last game. And, when you have a rookie quarterback, a lot of times what the teams do is they throw up until they get to the red zone, and then they want to run the ball. So running backs with rookie quarterbacks just have a little bit higher chance of being handed the ball around the goal line. Teams don't trust those quarterbacks in those situations. Now, a couple other spots that I really like. Damian Snacks Harris, bounce back spot. New England, massive favorites. Bill Belichick plays running backs based on game script. So Damian Harris was a terrible script. It was a terrible matchup for him last week. No one wants to go back. He put up terrible points. Go right back to it. Probably get, more along the lines of like what he did against Miami here. 23 touches, bunch of targets. He's going to get a lot of usage in this game in a dream matchup. So we can go right back to Damian Harris. He will definitely be in my player pool this week. Elijah Mitchell is one of these guys I think is going to be sneaky this week. Not a lot of people will use him, but I actually think he will come back and he will slide right back into the starting role for the 49ers. They clearly don't love Trey Sermon. My concern is that he'll split those touches with Sermon, which will be gross. So I'm definitely not playing Sermon. It's Mitchell or bust, but it may be bust. The only other person that holds mild interest is Samaje Perine, probably filling in for the injured Joe Mixon. Do we want to play Samaje? Probably not. He didn't get the passing game work last week when he filled in, and I cannot for the life of me. Yeah, Khalil Herbert, here he is. So Khalil Herbert came in. He got a couple of snaps as well, but overall, not Herbert. No. Who is the guy? I can't remember his name. Chris Evans. There he is. Chris Evans came in, or he has gotten passing game work for the Bengals in the past. He might be the passing game back. So unless we know for sure that Perine is getting a full workload, it's a little sketchy to play him here, but he's 4K and he might be starting in a decent matchup. So he's going to be of interest here at this price point. We'll have to see, but he is not a very good player. I can't remember a good Perine game. Like it has been rare. All right. At wide receiver, let's actually take a look at the Dom station here and sort by fantasy points per dollar. I just want to see who stands out as great values. This is how this is how you're going to pick out players who really stand out. Now it's early in the week and the projection models certainly change, but there's Curtis Damiel again, 3K one more time. He's got an okay 9.75 point projection, but for 3K that stands out. Devontae Adams, even a pay up all the way up, is one of the better values on the slate. Jacoby Myers, always good. Amari Cooper, sure, why not? CeeDee Lamb, sure, why not? The pricing has come down on these two. Eventually, they're going to smash. I promise you that. They will smash. Laviska Shenault is one of these guys I kind of like here. Sub 5K. We need the cheap wide receivers to afford the style of lineup we're trying to build here. 4,900 left. Let's go actually start with the defense and plug in a cheap one. Even if I plug in, let's say we plug in the Eagles, fine. I don't even mind going the cheapest with Jaguars. I know it's ridiculous, but Tennessee's been pretty bad. But I always use a cheap defense, so we can use one of these, right? Leaves us 5,500. Let's go to tight end. Nothing great happening at tight end. Let's see. We got Trey Lance. Do I want to pair him with George Kittle? Kind of did that in the other video. I don't like the Q tag, but I do think he pairs very well with George Kittle in the spot again. So I'm just going to put in a Lance to Kittle pairing. Let's see how many targets. Kittle was hurt a little bit last week. We got 11 targets. So yeah, I got to go right back to that 11 target game, guys. Let's pair him up with 5,600. Now we paid up. So here's the thing. If you want to get Devontae Adams in there, we don't have much left. We actually have to use Curtis Samuel in this approach. Use a really, really gross play in Curtis Samuel. Now, I'm not going to do this because I don't like it. But it's the only way to make a Devontae Adams lineup work. So instead of trying to do that, let's see if we can get an Arizona piece to bring back with Trey Lance. This is really similar to my FanDuel lineup. It's a little too similar. I don't like that. You can go right back to actually a guy I like a little bit. Oh, no, he's too expensive now. A guy I like a little bit is Randall Cobb. He had a really big game for the Packers last week. It's another good matchup for Cobb. Can we play Cobb? With Marquez Valdez-Scantling out, Cobb is now essentially a starter. So if I play Cobb, I got 6K left. 6,350 left for two spots. Let's see here. I really like the law firm of Jacoby Myers, but I think New England is going to lean on the run in this game, so I don't want to trust them to throw. Wish I can get some correlation with Lance, but I hate the correlative plays from San Francisco. Actually, here's an interesting one. What if we went a little different here, and we'll switch it up from the other lineup? We'll go Max Williams from Arizona, pay down tight end. Now we'll get Deebo Samuel, that's my bike punk, in the lineup. Boom. Right? Finish it off. I'd love to get Devontae in there, but we got 7,800 left. I mean, Justin Jefferson's a perfectly good play, but we can play DeAndre Hopkins paired up. Check it out. Trey Lance, Deebo Samuel, then the double court of play, DeAndre Hopkins, Max Williams. So we're all loaded up on the highest projected game on the slate. 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. We got 2 pieces from Arizona because we have the running quarterback Lance. So maybe he can't support 2 offensive players on his own team. Pay down at Randall Cobb. Derrick Henry in the game. Williams, chalk. Fournette, chalk. Trey Lance, I got 200 left. Upgrade the defense, maybe. Can't upgrade it. Doesn't get better. Can't upgrade. Can I upgrade here? We lose the correlation. No, we don't upgrade that. We leave it alone. Take a look at here. If we have a spot to upgrade off of Cobb, the answer is no. Can't upgrade. Cobb is the best play. So there we go. We got a lineup. Correlation. Lance. Samuel. Hopkins, Williams. Then we got Derrick Henry. Damien Williams. Leonard Fournette. Eagles defense. Boom. That's the lineup. NFL. Week 5. Draftkings. Do not bet Darnold to finish with 10 rushing touchdowns. That is not likely to happen. It's going to slow down. I don't get why Fournette is risky, TLX. Like, what's risky about him? He's definitely the guy. He's definitely the guy. So I don't see why he would be risky. Yeah, I don't like. It's not like they're going to Ron Jones Jr. They're, if you look at Ron Jones, I'm not arguing it. Like, I love the feedback, guys, but like, if you look at Ron Jones Jr., like, he's not getting any touches. It's all Fournette. Yeah, it's been all Fournette this season. So I think they've made their decision. Ron Jones Jr., man, you watch him play. This dude misses blocks. There's a reason why they like Fournette. And I think Ronald Jones Jr. is a talented athlete, but he just can't get the shit together in his mind. Like, he's a fuck up, guys. He's a real fuck up. He can't get it right. He just has never. He's dead to me. He's dead to me. I'm done with him. No Ron Jones Jr. Never. All right. All right. That'll do it for the DraftKings NFL Week 5 first look lineup. Of course, it's Tuesday. Listen, there's a lot of news that's going to come out between now and Sunday, but it's fun to take a look at the salaries, see who's popping on week 1. I don't know how he's still on the team, but we're going to see who's popping NFL, week 5. It's good to check it out on Tuesday, but obviously there's a lot of week ahead of us. We're going to get some chalk congealed around some spots. Then later on in the week, we're going to figure out how to get off that chalk. So early on in the week, we kind of figure out what the chalk is. And then later in the week, we figure out how to get off the chalk. It's a vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle. Anyway, if you haven't done so, please like and subscribe to this channel if you like these style of videos. If you're into DFS, I will be back tomorrow with a game-by-game breakdown called The Game Plan with John Statsational Alessia, the number 10 ranked DFS player in the world. Love it. That's open and free. You will get to check it out here on this channel tomorrow. And then from there, I will be back for DFS Army VIPs on Saturday with the Players Club. You know how I do. So if you haven't signed up for DFS Army by now, I don't know what you're waiting for. Please go get signed up at DFS Army. You can use my promo code GEEK. It's 10% off. We've got an NFL only. We've got all sports. We've got NBA starting up in a couple of weeks. So don't just do NFL. You want to do NBA, you can do the core 4, cover all the major sports, whatever you want to do. We've got 3 major sports going as of a week from now, 2 weeks when NBA starts up. So go get signed up. And of course, I'll be back tomorrow, a special day for the game plan. You don't want to miss that. We're going to break down all the games from a fantasy and betting angles perspective. Thursday night, I will be back on the Sharp app with the Wise Guy Show with Anthony Gargano. Everybody loves that show, so you want to check that out on the Sharp app as well. All right, good luck this week, everyone. I will see you later in the week for the game plan. And beyond that, I will see you at the top of the leaderboards.